Hi, this is David with Jacob Supply. We wanted to show you guys a new product that we brought in. It is the Cali Vinyl Pro. What's awesome about this product is you're getting a commercially rated product. It's got a 20 mil wear layer at the price half of a product comparable to it. It is an SPC, so you've got a durable locking mechanism with it. It is 3.7 millimeters total thickness, but that 20 mil wear layer is what's unique. To usually get into a product with that type of wear layer, you're going to spend $3 to $4 a square foot. They're offering this at $1.69 with that 20 mil, 50-year residential warranty on it. Because it is 3.7 millimeters, some people think that's going to affect the durability of it. But if you get a piece of it in your hand, try to break that tongue and groove. It's extremely durable, so it's going to be a long-lasting product. What we want to do here today is just show you just a real quick basic installation of the product, how that locking mechanism on the end joint works, and just some basic information for you guys. Starting with this, on the first rows that you start, this product does engage in a slide mechanism. So you get it started on the end joint here, and then you're going to slide it into place. It does engage pretty smoothly there. You would go across your whole row. This room is short, but if you had 3-4 pieces to go across the room, slide those in across and get your rows started. What we do next is we start in a 1/3, 2/3, half type pattern. You take a full plank and you get some starter pieces with your end joint to work with. All you have to do is take the piece, a good sharp utility knife, and a square edge, and score the material with that knife. Once you score it, it'll break fairly easy for you. So that's all you need for your start and your finish rows. So like I said, we start with a full plank, run your whole length across the room out, and then you're going to have your 1/3, 2/3, half pattern. Doesn't really matter which one you go with next, your half, your third, or your 2/3. You lift this and engage it into there. For your next piece, your next full piece, again, we're going to use that slide mechanism on the end joint. But once you get it in there, you slide it across. You're going to get a little bit of a lift on it, and this piece as well, and walk it towards this back row, and then wiggle it in. You just heard it click, and that means it popped into there. For the tapping block, we like to use the Blue Hawk black blocks from Lowe's. They're about $9 a piece, but it really is the best block on the market. As you go, you make sure your joints are nice and tight. If they do need a little bit of tapping, you can just put that block on there. Just give it a real gentle tap and just tap that in. Make sure they're tight all the way across. So when you get to a side like this, all you have to do is take a plank, do the reverse direction that it's facing. So your tongue's facing this way. Do it in reverse, and that's where your mark's going to be. That's going to give you this piece with the tongue facing proper. Mark that piece, score it, snap it, and that's going to give you your next fit piece for there. The disassembly of the floor is just the reverse of assembling it. The long seams should come out pretty easy this way. When you get to your end joint here, it is engaged really well with that tight joint. So all you have to do is take it and just slide it, and it will slide back out of place. If you try to do a big lift on it, you're going to stress this joint down here because it is so tightly engaged with the mill. So that did disengage it there, but you typically are just going to take it and slide these joints across like this, and that'll disassemble the floor for you. Now we've gotten our full plank. We used about a half. We'll go to this little starter piece that gets engaged with that. Grab another full plank, get it started, and slide it in. The body of the floor, especially once you get enough that you're working on this side and go this way, and you really use your body to pull it in, you can see how well it just engages and lays in. And that makes it real easy for that. Now, as you do your reverse cut piece here, like we did on that last one, this is giving you your next starter piece. The leftover piece always comes back to here. This becomes that piece that's going to come over here eventually too. This one will go into here. Now, what we recommend on a long room, when you get started and get going, if you've got 4 pieces, 5, 6 pieces running across, build it like I did, where you get 1 row, 2 row, and then kind of what we call a little bit of a pyramid or a stack. It's going to give it some stability. And then you would mark your wall here. If this was a wall, if you had baseboard across here, mark it at the seam here, and then mark it on the other side here. Once it's nice and straight, and you can use a chalk line, get a helper, pull it across, make sure that it's nice and straight, that you don't have any hooks or bows. The floor can bow a little bit, especially in a long run. That's going to make sure that you're straight. And by marking the wall on each end, you can keep an eye on it and make sure that it's not shifting around on you and getting a bow or a belly in the floor. You can put shim blocks on the back side to help it too if you need to, if it has a tendency to move out on you. So as you work your body towards the finished walls, you can score it lengthwise too if you need to. You might get to a finished wall and find out you've got a 2 or a 3 inch piece. You can score it lengthwise. You might find it easier to run it down a table saw for that cut. You could use a jigsaw if you want as well. The only other spot that you're going to make some cuts is if you had some casings or jambs that come down and you need to notch out. You could mark those, and a jigsaw would do a good job with it. Alternatively, if you mark out those L cuts, you can use your utility knife, score it, and then use a pair of pliers to break it off. I think that'll do it for the video, guys. Come on out to Jacob's Supply. Like I said, you're going to get this product for about $1.69, half of what it would cost you at a big box store for a comparable product. So come on out and get some floor.